Stranger Things did finally crash Netflix for real. But it wasn't with their finale. It was with a fake finale that's never to happen. Today, we'll tell you why people were so upset they bet everything that the Duffer brothers faked them out and that the ending wasn't real. It was a strong enough belief that not even the Netflix servers could handle it. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. And yes, we use that kind of gendered language around here. It's another great day to be with you. Coming to you from somewhere sunny USA, the studio is glistening as you're listening to what we have to say. Click the like button and drop a comment right now. Tell us, were you happy with Stranger Things when it came out, the finale? We'd love to hear from you. Imagine being the Duffer brothers right now. Imagine being Netflix. You tried to get a story out there to say that your servers were crashing under the intense demand of the finale when the finale came out. And there's some doubt as to whether or not that story is real. But then, days later, it turns out that yes, your servers did crash. What crashed them, ladies and gentlemen? What caused Netflix to buckle under the pressure? Well, just how bad the finale was, and here's why. Discussing Film says, Netflix just crashed after many fans expected a secret final episode of Stranger Things was releasing. This actually happened. It actually crashed. You know why? Let's read along, shall we? Josh Billingson says, imagine spending a decade making a TV show, and then the fans hate your ending so much that they spend the next week picking apart every minor production mistake you've ever made to try to justify their conspiracy theory about a secret alternative ending. And here you can see, folks, they were out there looking at every mistake they could. In the first season, the doorknob was on the left. In the finale, the doorknob was on the right. Clearly, the Duffer brothers are trying to tell us something. This was a fake ending. We knew it. We knew the Duffer brothers couldn't make something this bad. They're going to give us a secret, super secret finale that nobody saw coming. It's the biggest thing Netflix has ever done.
Has there ever, I mean, I've heard of these kind of things over and over again where somebody's trying to come in to like fix the canon or whatever. Has that ever actually happened in any piece of media recently? With any kind of recency? Because I think Bryan Singer tried to do that with Superman Returns. Like he ignored Superman 3 and 4 or 5, however many Supermans there were after 2. Like that happened. But has there ever been an instance where they've actually done this? Like the Duffer brothers, fixing retconning the finale using the upside down between upside downs or whatever.
No, and it would have required the Duffer brothers to say, you know what, we're going to make something that's flawed purposefully and then fix the flaw purposefully as a misdirect. Now, if you're playing that kind of 4D, I'm going to say 5D level chess, have at it. But Tabitha, they called it conformity gate. And essentially what it comes down to is people loved the first 4 seasons so much, and they couldn't believe how bad the 5th season was, to the point that in their heads, they believed the Duffer brothers were doing this on purpose and they were going to fix everything. And this was coming out and they had the theories and they were ready to go. And Tabitha, it's not like this was 5 or 7 or 12 people online. The response, the expectation that the Duffer brothers could not have made such a terrible finale, that was all fake. The expectation was so great that it actually crashed the Netflix servers as opposed to the real finale. Tabitha, what does this say about what people really feel, for Stranger Things season 5?
I think the word we're looking for here is delulu, either on behalf of the Duffer brothers, Netflix, or the fans.
So let me make sure I got that. You didn't say Lululemon. You said Delulu.
I think it's what the kids be saying these days.
Oh, okay.
Delulu.
That's a Fortnite mode, right?
Yeah. The fact that, like you said, the servers crashed harder for a non-existent episode than it did for an anticipated episode is, in the words of Epic Mike, wild, bro. That is incredibly sad. I did not realize, I didn't even put it in the context of that. I don't understand how that happens. I love the idea that there was a secret episode. Like, I think that would be really cool. But at the same time, it's delusional, like you said, that they would make a like you said, we're waiting 10 years for this moment. And so we're going to make it crap and then have a super secret episode to fix the problems that we made, all because we switched doorknobs in the basement of Mike's house.
Yeah. Culture, I blame this on episode 6, 7, not so much 8, but episode 6, 7. I blame it on them.
That was on purpose. That was absolutely on purpose.
What do you... Anyway. Culture, I blame it on them. And people apparently didn't like the... it's supposed to be award receiving for what Will did in the episode. It was supposed to be having Nancy go from being a petite girl who's learning to overcome being taken advantage of to, well, she's Rambo in season 5. It turns out people didn't like that, Culture.
Yeah, I think the penultimate episode did the most damage to. It's kind of like Game of Thrones, where once we got past episode 2, season 8, we were like sad. And then it got worse from there. And I think that's kind of the same thing. There were a lot of parallels being drawn. And when you look at it, there's no excuse for this. Netflix actually controls its own CDN. It's a custom platform called Open Connect. There is zero reason they don't use an outside source that they would have their servers crashing. The only outside source they have is to block DOS attacks. They use Cloudflare, which most actual large systems utilize to confirm you're a human or that you're a legitimate user. And when you look at that, the only reason this crashed probably was they were unprepared, not just for the number of starts and stops and perhaps captures and screenshots and everything else that was happening across the internet, but just which is surprising to me. It wasn't because it was good. It wasn't because everybody was rushing out there to be a part of this incredible cultural zeitgeist, crafting moment, because there wasn't any. If anything, this was so widely rejected that they had to play defense and go back to it's the fans' fault argument that we are tired of living with every day. So
I got a suggestion here, Culture. I know how, because right now I'm worried Netflix really can't do anything with Stranger Things. I'm worried that if this has destroyed the love of the property so much. The Duffer brothers are gone. They've headed out. So you got to do it with somebody else. I don't even think they can do a cartoon anymore. I was telling Jonas this the other day on the phone. I don't think they can do a cartoon. I think this sucked all the oxygen out, but Culture.
Didn't they cancel a follow-up spinoff already?
Probably. But I'm here to save them, though, Culture. I want to help Netflix. When they lose Warner Brothers finally, and they're so sorrowful, I want to be there to dry their tears and to lift them up. I think they should make a new spinoff called Conformity Gate. I think they should do an animated Conformity Gate where they go with the fan theories and give an alternative universe Stranger Things. I think that's the one way to generate massive viewership.
Yeah.
Doorknobs on every hinge.
Netflix had the rights to obviously Netflix has the rights to Conformity Gate. Other than if those words are literally said in the show, they have the rights to it. If it's some fan theory that they just came up with, or maybe they could call the show Conformity and just
find the first dweeb who wrote it and pay him $10. Get it? Let's go.
I'm excited. I'm excited for the parody of Stranger Things coming out in AI with a door full of doorknobs. And everything else that's predictable going forward. Because
what in the world is that?
Stay back, all of you.
Weird.
It's moving toward us.
Weird. The lights just died in here. Why? Weird.
That crack, it's opening wider.
Weird.
That thing in the sky is growing again.
Weird.
You understand how dangerous this is, right?
We need your help.
Weird.
The whole town's gone strange. People are disappearing.
Weird. What even is that?
Hey, are you coming or what?
Cool. Weird.
Rachel Zegler. Let's do it.
Have you heard of the British spinoff?
Oh, it's just like the reverse
It's
office.
strange, isn't it? A bit odd, isn't it?
In it.
Oh, I love it. Ricky Gervais, are you available for that? Let's do it.
He's just having a laugh.
He's just having a laugh. All right. So, any future for Stranger Things, if it's this bad, like where do they go? Is there really any options on the table at this point?
You know what's going to be fantastic is in 10 years when they reboot this thing.
Or when they have, the round table, it's been 10 years, it's been 20 years, and they all get together and they talk about all the secret things that happened behind and how much they had to love this and hate that. And I really didn't want to do this. Do you remember how long it took to make a freaking scene about coming out and then it wasn't necessary to the plot of the show? Yeah, bro, that was my finest hour. Like that'll be great.
Wait, one of the characters is gay? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Do you realize it took them twice to behead Vecna?
They should really change that word to D-head, honestly.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm going to tell you, if they have to do one of those reunion things or talk about it shows like they do with The Office and some of the others, it's going to be real awkward if the guy who plays Will pulls a JoJo Siwa. The Hollyweirds don't understand how it is we do what we do, bringing you video after video every single day of the utmost highest excellence and quality. But folks, we do it because of you. We appreciate you. You are seen and heard here on the Pro Channel. Make your voices heard, folks, by doing one last thing before we say goodbye for a short time. Consider clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, and you know what? That notification bell, click it and stick it to the algorithms. Also, drop a comment down below and let us know your thoughts. And don't forget, folks, we've got even more content on the way. If you'd like to become a member, it's just the price of a soda per month, and you'll gain access to all kinds of exclusive content beyond what the public sees, including archival footage of the Pro Show that goes away after just a few days from its public release. Folks, we hope we get the honor of spending time with you again soon, and until then, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.